ball. We've got swimming, wheelchair basketball, wheelchair tennis, and of course, where we are right now, the cycling. And I've got to say, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than watching the track cycling, particularly with some of the gentlemen that we have coming up in this next event. So again, this is the 4,000 metre pursuit. Chris Ross from New Zealand is first up against Solito Goa from Brazil. Ross came 14th in the men's individual kilo. And Goa came at 16th in the kilo. Total of 6 heats. These are all C5 athletes. The world record in this event is held by a man called Michael Gallagher from Australia. World record 4:37.230. The Paralympic record 4:40.648. Michael Gallagher is riding in the 6th and final heat of this event. So we had 7 heats in the C4. We've got 6 heats in the C5. So Chris Ross only started cycling in 2008. 2009 rather, and set his goal of competing in the 2012 Paralympic Games in London. He's not very old at all. He's turning 24 next week. He'll be a birthday boy. The week after next, I should say, the 16th of September is his birthday. So a young rider. We've seen some more senior riders as well, but Chris Ross competing in a total of 5 events, so a very busy schedule here at the London 2012 Games for Chris Ross. Solito Goa from Brazil, it's his birthday on the 14th of September, so there you have it. He'll be 39 years of age then. He's 38 and he's competing in 4 events, so 2 track and 2 road at these games. He won a gold medal in the road race at both the 2009 and 2010 World Championships, and won a bronze in the 2009 time trial. So currently Goa is ahead of Ross. Not by much though. There's not a lot in it. Ross is coached by Simon Finnell, the national coach. Being urged on there. So very small margin between these 2 cyclists. Gore still in the lead. Early days though, with six heats, so a total of 12 riders, and only the best 4 will have a chance for a medal later on this afternoon. I do urge you to join us again this afternoon for our coverage of the track cycling on Paralympic Sport TV. There's so much happening. Of course, we have the women racing this afternoon, the time trial in 2 different categories, but we have the women's C1, 2 and 3 all grouped together, and then we have the women's C4 and 5 grouped together for their 500 metre time trial. So the men do 1 kilometre, the kilo event, the women do 500 metres. I do admit I'm looking enviously at some of these beautiful track bikes that we can see throughout this competition. Worth a fair bit of money, and as I said earlier, such highly tuned bikes and so responsive, so light, and these disc wheels they have, it makes you weep really. But they're not fail-safe, because this morning we've seen some shocking instances of mechanical failures, and then the most basic of things happened to one of our riders in the individual pursuit, where his pedal just clipped out of the cleat, and it was really a great advertisement for why you would choose to have those extra straps going around your feet to make sure nothing like that does happen. So 4:58.061 is the early mark to beat. But I dare say that there are going to be a number of riders that go significantly faster than that. So the world record in this event, held by Michael Gallagher from Australia, is 4:37.230. That was set in Italy last year. And the Paralympic record set in Beijing in 2008 by that same gentleman, Michael Gallagher, 4:40.648. So it gives you a sense of where these riders need to be, and it would appear that Gore's time of 4:58.061 isn't going to be quite enough to put him in the hunt for a medal this afternoon. But we'll wait and see how things play out. So Michael Gallagher is riding in heat number 6. We're now up to heat number 2. We've got one home athlete, Jon-Allen Butterworth, is racing in heat 4. And Austria, Germany, Ireland, China, Italy and the Ukraine are also represented in this qualifying round today. So next up we have Rodney Minia Castillo from the Dominican Republic and João Alberto Schwindt Filho from Brazil. A bit of music to get you in the mood. See those full carbon bikes and the full carbon disc wheels. A lot of the cyclists just opt for one, not both full disc wheels, but of course on the road you can't have two. You can only have the back one if you choose to do so. Just lighter and stronger and, well, extremely responsive, those wheels. Got a bit of flexion in them as well. Guarantees you a smooth ride. So the Dominican Republic, represented by Rodney Minia Castillo in the C5 category. Juan Alberto Schwindt Filho from Brazil. So Minia Castillo is in the blue, red and white. Brazil represented by the green and blue. They're away, both away cleanly. This is the first time we've seen Minia Castillo at these games. He'll also race next week in the road race and the road time trial. Schwindt Philo finished 12th in the C5 kilo event. He's a pretty handy road cyclist. He came second in the road race at Roskilde last year, as well as the individual time trial. And in 2010 was a bronze medalist at the World Championships in Canada. Rodney Minia Castillo is only 26 years of age. He serves in the Navy. And his club is Marina de Guerra, one of the Navy clubs. He wants to be a vet. There you have it. And in 2010, he became the first athlete from the Dominican Republic to compete at a UCI Para Cycling World Cup. So a trailblazer for his country. As we see Schwindt Philo with the early advantage. And as I said, I think the two riders from Heat 1 won't be any threat to the medal qualification rounds this afternoon. I do think the other riders will be able to go faster. So Minia Castillo in 4th position overall at this stage. And already Schwindt Philo has him in his sights. And we're not quite at the half. Yes, we are. We're just over the halfway mark for the Brazilian, and he should quite easily overtake Minia Castillo. It's a very nice looking ride from Schwindt Philo. Lovely cycling technique, still on the bike. Fluid circular pedalling motion. So Minia Castillo making up a bit of time now. He's now slipped into 3rd position overall. He was 4th, and now he's slipped into 2nd position. So he's making up a bit of time, and he's probably realised that the Brazilian is not that far behind him, and it's given him a bit of impetus to try and build up his speed a little bit. And also his tactic may simply have been to make sure he is doing negative splits on his laps for the last part of the race. So gradually building up his speed rather than going flat out early and trying to maintain it. It's such a difficult event, such a difficult endurance track event, 4 kilometres around a track. You've got no one to draft from. So Minia Castillo doing well still. He's still in 2nd position, but it is the Brazilian who's leading the competition at this point. Schwindt Philo will come up to 1 lap to go, and we'll get a good indication of how he's travelling. 4:28.999. So faster than we were seeing in the C4s earlier. But look, he'll still be well off world record pace. So 4:46.553. So So a handy ride there by Schwindt Philo, and now he's going to have to try and relax and wait and see whether that's going to be enough to keep him in the medal race. We still have another 8 riders to race here at the Velodrome this morning in this particular category. In the qualifying rounds. So average speed of just over 50 kilometres an hour for Schwindt Philo. So it was a good ride by Castillo though. In the end he finished in 4:55. 3:52. So enough to put him in second position overall in the standings. Oh, the effort that goes in there, that would be very painful by that point in the race. Nasty. So here we have it, heat number 3, Wolfgang Ebeck from Austria and Wolfgang Sacher from Germany, sharing their first names. Heat number 3. First appearance of Ebeck at these games. Clean start for both. It appears the Austrian had the better start of the two. So Sacher from Germany finished 11th in the kilo C45 category. But in this event in 2008, when it was an LC1 category, he was the silver medalist, Sacher, the German, and in the 1 kilometre time trial in 2008, he was the bronze medalist. And at the Track World Championships in 2009, he was the silver medalist. So, of good pedigree, the German. As for the Austrian, well, 4 kilometre pursuit, he was a silver medalist in Athens in Greece in 2004. And silver medalist back in Sydney, so very experienced campaigner, Wolfgang Ebeck from Austria. Both of these men have been around for years and have competed in multiple Paralympic Games and World Championships. But it's the Austrian that has the early advantage. So the Austrian Ebeck is gradually gaining momentum, and he's currently sitting in second position overall at the 2,000 metre mark, and looking Very, very strong indeed. Sacher coming third overall, so both of these gentlemen are threats to the medal rounds this afternoon. We still have another 6 riders to come after their heat 3. The German comes down the straight once more, still in third position. So the Austrian in second position, maintaining a good speed and pace there. So Ebeck. Gee, the gap has narrowed somewhat, so Sacher is having a very good ride in the back half of this race. But Ebeck looking as though he's just managed another exceptional lap. So we'll get a better idea with 1 lap to go about how he's sort of comparing with the other standings at the moment. But so here they come, getting to the business end of proceedings. We're finally onto the last lap for Ebeck, 4:29. So there's really not that much behind the first place holder, Schwindt. There's really not much in it. He's in second position, but can he burst towards the end of this and get himself the top ranking? No, he can't. 4:46.999. He's happy with that. Bit of a chest pump, fist pump. So Ebeck averaged just over 50 kilometres an hour. Sacher was 49.432 kilometres an hour. Well, you've tuned into Paralympic Sport TV's coverage of London 2012. Amy Bainbridge with you for the track cycling this morning. This is the last event of the session number 1 for the day, I should say. And we'll have another track cycling session this afternoon where some medals will be decided. There'll be no medals decided in this event this morning, but we have had medals given out. Went to Great Britain for the men's kilo time trial B classification. Fair bit of drama on the track this morning. A number of cyclists had serious mechanicals and had to restart their races after spending a significant amount of time fixing their bikes. But look, the crowd loves this. Heat 4, we do have a home athlete against an Irish athlete, and that almost couldn't be better for the crowd here. So Kathleen Mira being introduced there. So there you have it, all explained there. A silver medalist yesterday. In the men's individual time trial, the kilo event, and what can he do today? Jon-Allen Butterworth. total of 5 events that he's riding in London 2012. Not a great start for either of them by the looks of things. They both sort of dipped down low onto the paint, but hasn't taken either of them long. And as we've been talking about repeatedly, the importance of a good start isn't quite as crucial as it is in the time trialling events, but still important nonetheless. But really it's the back half of the race that matters, and Butterworth's gotten off to a good start. He's gotten himself to second in the rankings already, and I tell you what, with the crowd behind him, it's going to be very interesting to see how fast he can go. Cathal, of course, the flag bearer for Ireland at the 2012 Games. Jon-Allen Butterworth riding very well. He broke his collarbone twice in the lead up to these games, so what a frustrating situation for him. But here he is. He's already got a silver medal to his name, and he'll be hoping to add to that today and also next week when the road racing begins, the road time trial and the road race. He's also in the mixed C1 to 5 team sprint as well. So the crowd absolutely loving it at the Velodrome, and it's really pushing Butterworth on. He's now slipped into the top of the rankings for this individual pursuit C5 category. 146 at the 1500 metre mark. But Miller is third. 1, 2, 3 and 4 will go through to this afternoon's medal races. Just so noisy with that support, so it looks as though before too much longer Butterworth is going to be able to spy Miller down that straight, and he'll be trying to lap him. He'll have him within his sights, but we're only just over the halfway mark, so still just under 2 kilometres to go. Legs will be burning. Big lactic acid build-up. You need to will yourself to keep going. Keep going hard. So Butterworth hot in pursuit of Miller, and I think he's going to be able to do it. He should be able to overtake him, get around him before too much longer. Looked like it was a 5-second signal, quite possibly, from the coach there. Here we go. It's dramatically making up ground. Goes above the pursuit line, around Miller. And the crowd is just loving this performance. Butterworth, the quickest to date, at least for this far through the race. What is he capable of? Well, we've got just over 2 laps to go. Butterworth eating it up, loving the energy from the home crowd. Miller trailing, but still in third position. So Butterworth coming up to the final lap. And Butterworth, I tell you what, may actually be on record pace. He is on world record pace. Oh my goodness, 4:35.026. It's record after record here at the Velodrome. What a fantastic performance 4:35.026, a world record, and we're only in the qualifying rounds. Well, there is just so much to celebrate for the home crowd here today. Already a gold medal. Records being set. Records falling all over the place. Jon-Allen Butterworth, what a performance. We knew he was going fast. It was difficult to know how fast until that final lap. Cathal Miller slips into 4th position. He may not be there for long though, because of course we do have the Chinese rider Liu Xinyang to come. We have an Italian rider, Tarlao. But after that we have Michael Gallagher, who was, until a few moments ago, the world record holder. But now both his world record and his Paralympic record are gone to this man, Butterworth. Truly enjoying the moment, breaking a world record in front of your home crowd at London 2012. Fantastic ride. So, for a look again at the standings, he is 11 seconds faster than anyone else who's been in the qualifying event this morning. So Liu Xinyang won himself a bronze medal in the kilo C4 to 5 category. So Liu Xinyang, you can see on your screens there, so he'll be loving the fact that he already has a bronze medal to his name, but he'll want to add to that. But at the Track World Championships in Los Angeles earlier this year, this man, Tarlao, won a bronze medal. So a quality field here today. Clean starts for both riders. Liu Xinyang, just 20 years of age, and already has a bronze medal to his name at the London 2012 Games. He'll also compete in 2 road cycling events, as well as the mixed team sprint as well, which is on tomorrow. It's from the Liaoning cycling team in China. Li Peng is his national coach. Wei Jiangtao is his other national coach. He cites 2 of them. One of his hobbies is mountain biking as well. So very, very keen cyclist, and at just 20 years of age, what a fantastic future he has ahead of him. Tarlao, he's from Italy, of course, and just came 9th in the kilo event C4 to 5 category. He's 28 years of age and came 3rd in this event at the World Championships earlier this year. He's a very handy road cyclist as well, a good time trialist, which, as we know, the road cycling and endurance track events are very complementary to each other, and we see a number of cyclists doubling up in both disciplines, the track and the road, at Paralympic level for that very reason. Goodness me, Liu Xinyang is out in front at the moment. Early days though, it must be said. So as we make our way through the heats, this is heat number 5, featuring Liu Xinyang and Tarlao. And up next, Michael Gallagher from Australia, who was the world record holder. He's going to be racing against Ukraine's Yegor Dementiev. So Liu Xinyang, still a performance here so far. We're not quite at the halfway mark, but it'll be interesting to see if he can maintain this speed or whether he falls away ever so slightly. If he were to maintain this speed, we'd see the record set just moments ago fall again. But gee, such a talented cycling team, and a lot of the Chinese riders are based in Guangdong with the Guangdong cycling team, so obviously they have a very strong program there. But of course there would have been a fair bit of enthusiasm spurred on by the Beijing Paralympics in 2008, which was such a brilliantly successful event, and the Chinese athletes got such heavy exposure and had such success at those games. So Tarlao is racing in 4th at the moment. 8 athletes have gone through their qualifying rounds. So just this heat and one more to go in the 4 kilometre individual pursuit. And Liu Xinyang is reeling him in, reeling in the Italian. And has passed him very early on in the piece. We're only at the 3,000 metre mark, and Liu Xinyang is having an excellent ride and seeming to maintain his first position. You can see the expression on his face is one of absolute discomfort at this point, and now it's a matter of, he's dropped off ever so slightly, Liu Xinyang. He's now in 2nd place overall. Get another update of how he's going. 2nd, so the 3,500 metre mark, 2 laps to go. But Tarlao, in the meantime, is having an excellent ride. He's managed to pull himself up into 3rd place. So Liu Xinyang, I think he's going to be comfortably in 2nd position, but not by much really. Let's see what he can achieve in this final lap. So 4:35.386, he is well ahead of the next best placed rider, and we'll just see how Tarlao goes. He's had an excellent finish there to finish in 3rd position overall. So 4:35.386, and Andrea Tarlao, just wait and get his official time. So 4:44.120. So he's fallen in front of Ebeck, who rode a 4:46.999, and then Schwindt who rode a 4:46.553. So we just have the one heat left. Pardon me, Michael Gallagher from Australia is riding off against Igor Dementiev from the Ukraine. It's been a very exciting morning so far. We have had a world record set, of course. It's by Jon-Allen Butterworth, somewhat inspired by the home crowd, no doubt. But this man, Michael Gallagher, it was his world record and his Paralympic record. They were 2 separate times that were both smashed by Jon-Allen Butterworth. So he will be raring to go. So the reigning world champion you have here in front of you. And Igor Dementiev from the Ukraine. Very interesting to see just how fast Gallagher can go, because we've had two blistering times. Liu Xinyang from China is currently the second fastest. Butterworth with his world record. Dementiev is just 25 years of age, making his Paralympic debut. He's got 4 events in total. He came 8th in the kilo. Gallagher will ride in the road race, time trial and the overall road race, as well as the team sprint. Trains with Carnegie Caulfield in Melbourne in Australia. So looking to defend his gold medal in this event from Beijing 2008, Michael Gallagher, compared to the relatively inexperienced Dementiev. Not going too badly so far. Gallagher in second position. Early days yet though, not even at the quarterway mark yet. So Gallagher just needs to keep his cool, no panicking, given that there have been such fast times set already, and he's really going to need to draw on some energy from the crowd to lift him over the final part of the race if he wants to be riding off for the gold medal this afternoon. So there really wasn't much in it at all between Butterworth and Liu Xinyang, only 3/10ths of a second rather, I should say, but then quite a big gap to Andrea Tarlao, who rode a 4:44.120 comparison to Butterworth's 4:35.026 and Liu Xinyang's 4:35.386. So that was a brief flash into first place, I believe, for Michael Gallagher. Yes, it is. He's made it into first position. If he can maintain this, he will be the new world record holder. We'll have to see how he goes. Halfway mark, Gallagher riding extremely well. So he's gone out a little conservatively, I guess. He was in second position for a number of laps, but now he's slipped up to the top of the standings. Sitting ever so still on his bike. Very little movement at all. These track bikes just can be very difficult to control, and of course riding at an angle around this velodrome. So he's on fire, Gallagher. He is already looking at eating up Dementiev. He's going to overtake him, and it'll be well before the 3,000 metre mark. He's gone above the pursuit line. Made his move. And look, Dementiev will try and stick on his wheel just to get a bit of draft, but there's no point really. Gallagher's simply going too fast. If anything, it looks like he's picking up speed at the 3,000 metre mark. So 4 laps to go. So Hilton Clark is his coach. You could see him standing down there by the track, keeping close tabs on exactly how he's lapping at the moment. So Michael Gallagher still maintaining this first position, and I'll tell you what, Liu Xinyang is going to be looking on a little nervously, wondering whether he's going to be racing off for the bronze or for the gold this afternoon. So Michael Gallagher, 3:56 at the 3,500 metre mark. Will get a better clue with 1 lap to go as to how much of a threat he is to winning this competition. So Michael Gallagher, 4:13. Oh my goodness, that is quick. What can he do? He's on world record pace here as he comes around the final lap. He's down the opposite straight, rounds the final turn. Legs will be burning, hits the final straight, and he is going to smash the world record, 4:30.012. What an extraordinary session of track cycling we're having here at the London Velodrome. That is a gobsmacking ride. He has smashed the world record set by Butterworth by an enormous 5 seconds. Well, I'll tell you what, that is a stunning performance. And if that doesn't make him the gold medal favourite yet again, then I don't know what does, but 4:30.012. What a sensational ride. And the Ukrainian, well, fantastic result for him as well, because he is now in the race for the bronze medal against Liu Xinyang this afternoon. So a very fast heat indeed. Michael Gallagher managed to lap Dementiev, but Dementiev, despite that, is still racing off for the bronze medal. So it just shows you exactly how fast Michael Gallagher has been going compared to the other heats today. So a world record time, and we're not even at the final yet. 4:30.021. He has gone a full 5 seconds faster than Jon-Allen Butterworth. That is huge. Liu Xinyang has to settle for racing off for the bronze medal. He'll have to go into that race the favourite over Igor Dementiev. But Butterworth is going to have to pull out something special if he wants that gold medal this afternoon. You see there when he overtook him, and it was reasonably early. I think it was just around the 3,000 metre mark or just before that. And Gallagher, oh, goodness me, what an impressive performance. So this is Gallagher's first appearance at these particular Paralympic Games, but we do know he's a seasoned campaigner, the reigning Paralympic champion in this event. He wants that gold again, and he's put himself in the box seat to win it. So this afternoon at 2 o'clock local time, we do have the women's individual C1, 2 and 3 500 metre time trial. And then we have the women's C4 to 5 500 metres time trial. Then we have the men's individual C4 pursuit final. That is going to be a cracking race. And this one, the men's individual C5 pursuit finals, that is going to be one to watch as well. The home crowd will be hoping that Jon-Allen Butterworth can pull out something special so that Team GB can win another track gold medal. But that's all from the Velodrome for now. On Paralympic Sport TV, we'll now bring you the table tennis, a repeat of the table tennis session from this morning. My name's Amy Bainbridge, and please do join me at 2 o'clock this afternoon for the track cycling afternoon session. Bye-bye.